Hey Boss Fairies, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again today where, as promised, we're talking about another super healing food for the liver. In fact, this one is probably one of, if not the most healing and rejuvenating food for our livers, and that is the apple, the red apple. So we're going to be eating a lot of apples on this cleanse coming up. So I'm going to give you guys a couple little tips first and a little secret for the cleanse, which starts on April 20th. You're going to be eating, if you choose to join us, at least 21 apples on that cleanse over the course of 9 days. They're super, just really amazing. So today we're going to make the applesauce, liver rescue applesauce from the book. So this is one way that you might choose to enjoy apples on the cleanse or any time at all. So the ingredients here, one other tip on apples before I forget is that the redder the better. If you remember that, red apples are super healing. Any apple is very healing. The redder the better though. If you can, when you're selecting your apples, pick the reddest variety. This is actually a Honeycrisp and this one's a Fuji. And when I select them, I just go and pick the really red ones. Red Delicious is supposed to be the very most nutritional according to Anthony William, but any variety of apple is awesome, and I happen to like the flavor of these apples the best. The other ingredient today, we're going to be making this liver rescue sauce. You can use it with 1 or 2 apples, but I'm going to try out my food process. This little, I'm going to share this with you guys. It's a little, is this a 2-cup or 3-cup food processor? I'll put it in the blog comments. But I use this a lot for chopping smaller things like onions and just if I quickly want to chop up some stuff. So I'm going to make a small batch of applesauce right now. Ordinarily, I might make a larger one and use my 11-cup food processor. But I'm going to check this one out and see, because just quickly on the go, it's always best to make things fresh, although you can store this applesauce in an airtight container after squeezing a little lemon over it. That's an option too, and I'm sure I will opt for that on the cleanse when I'm looking to save some time. Today I wanted to share this little food processor with you. So the recipe calls for 1 to 4 dates and 1 to 2 apples. So I'm going to start with 1 date. Toss that in there. Be sure to remove your seed. I've gotten seeds stuck in the food processor before, and that's no fun. And just rough chop the apple. You don't need to worry about taking the seeds out unless you're really particular about. They may not blend all the way, but I just like to go pretty quick and they don't bother me. So I'm just gonna toss those in there. Give it a little quick chop. This knife I'm using is by Kyocera and it's a ceramic knife. I like these a lot for smaller work. And the other ingredient is celery. So I'm gonna, same thing, just rough chop this, toss that in there. It's a lot of celery for 1 apple, so I might just, pretty big stock, I'll just do part of that celery. If I were making 2 apples, I'd do the whole thing. And the other thing it calls for is a 1/4 tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I do that a lot. So, where did I put the lid? Here we go. Put the lid on there. We're gonna give that a whirl, make it super smooth, and then I'll share some more tips with you guys. Scrape down the sides a little bit. Oops. Scrape down the sides and the top.